Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 13 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to create the site and then we added this detail right here. Now we're gonna continue working on this. I want to start off with the sidewalk. So let's go to our first floor. And then here, we're gonna do a model in place. Select this one, and then press OK. And then here, we're gonna create an extrusion, and then we're gonna use rectangle for that. Let's do 2000. And then let's make it 50. Let's see if this is good enough for 50. And then let's change this to a different concrete material. Apply OK. And then after that, we need to press finish. Actually, I just remembered that we shouldn't do a model in place for our sidewalk. It's because I remember a floor will make it better because we could actually change the height of the floor by cutting into it. So I'm gonna redo it again. Just go to first floor, click on floor, and then edit type. Let's duplicate this, and then let's change this to another different concrete material. Let's use the high strength. Apply OK, and then OK, and then OK. Here we're gonna set it right about here, around 2000 as well. And then click finish first, and then here we're going to change the thickness to 100, and then go here, offset this one to 100 as well. So now it's above 100 and it's like this, but we're going to select this, modify sub element, and then we're going to add points. So we're gonna add it here. We're gonna add 4 points into this part. And then 4 points on this part. Okay, so now we go to 3D and then select each and every one of them. So actually, I want to undo that. Yeah, we need to select this first and then modify element. And then from there, we could lower this down. So here, I'm gonna select that, negative 100, because that's the height of our sidewalk. And then here as well, negative 100. So now we have that dip there. So that's what I wanted to have. And then here we're gonna add a dip here as well, negative 100, and then here as well. This one we forgot to add one more point here. So now you want to make sure that you always have 2 spots. And then if you notice, it's something that you can do as well when you have those dips that you want to add on your accessibility entrance, those kind of stuff. So here, what I noticed, this will always going to be flicking because there's 2 objects overlapping each other. So what I want to do is to just put -95 so that it's still up there. -95. So now this is looking good. It's a little bit up, but that's fine with me. You can always make it lower if you want, but for me that's perfect enough. And then now I want to add in a more detailed part here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use model in place now for this part. This will be generic model, and press OK. We're gonna use sweep, pick path, and then pick 3D edges. So here we're gonna choose this one, and then here going down, and then we're gonna add in some curves here that will make it look realistic. So edit profile, you want to change the material to another concrete material that we haven't used yet. Apply OK, and then here we're going to model the look. So I'm going to add probably something like that. It's too small, so it didn't. Usually you add something first and then you change it after. It will really let you do the small parts. And then here I'm going to do 50, and then I'm gonna do something here. Let's put all rectangles first, and then we're gonna curve them afterwards. So here we did 2 as well, and then here the thickness to be 5. That's fine there. And then fillet art this, and then actually I want it to be bulging, so I'm going to change this to something like this, something like that, to give it some angle. Delete the small parts right here because it needs to be consistent, and then let's trim this. And then fillet art here. So it's going to look like this, and then delete the remaining ones. We could copy this and then click finish, and then finish. So as you can see, it looks really nice. It looks consistent. Even though it's going to be hidden, it's still showing the one that you can see in the streets in North America. So similar to what we're seeing, so it looks really good. So I'm happy with that. And then we're just gonna replicate it on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click finish first. I'm going to edit boundary, and I'm going to just go to first floor to add it on the other side. I know this part is not gonna be shown, but it's better to do it so that to be consistent with what you have on the other side. Click finish on that, go to 3D, and then edit this in place, and then after that flip it to the other side, click on sweep, pick path, and then let's select this, click finish, edit profile, and remember we copy that. We're gonna paste this, or we're just going to Control V, and then let's flip it, make sure it's 90 degrees, and then we're gonna grab it and then move it to the insertion point right there. You want to make sure you're in the same material. Click finish, and then finish, and then now you have on the other side. You don't need to draw it out. A simple Control C and then Control V, so copying. So now it looks good. We can place a house here on this side and then this side, and then we're gonna place some trees on this side so that the glasses will reflect on those. Just gonna click save it. So next thing I want to do is to label each of the rooms. So for example, here in first floor, let's just hide the underlay first. We don't need that anymore, so none, and then click apply so that we have a nicer background. And then after that, go to architecture, and we want to click on the room, so RM, and then here we need to set each and every room. So for example, here we'll have a closet, even this one we could set, and then on this one, as you can see, we need to separate each area. So what we need to do is press escape first and then click room separator. You will need to separate them from wall to wall. So here, wall here, and then wall there, and then maybe we could just do this wall right here to this wall right here, and then we could do this entrance right here with the stairs, or we could just close off the stairs, and then we also have this one right here. And then now once we are done with separating them, we can click on room again, and as you can see, we'll be able to distinguish the area and even the stairs and then the entrance. Let's name them first. Garage, closet. I'm gonna put this one powder room, PR. This is going to be the laundry. Closet 2. We could do a pantry here as well. It's not to be pantry. And then we have kitchen. This will be our dining. And this will be our living or entertainment area. And we could do this one as backyard. Okay, I think we have all of them. And then let's go to second floor. And then here we're gonna add rooms as well, starting with the ensuite, the master's walk-in closet. This is the common washroom. There we go. Corridor. And then here I noticed we forgot to add in, so what we could do is wall opening instead, or this one could be, actually we could probably do a door instead. Why? Because of course you don't want your clothes to smell. So now let's put in all the names. Master, bedroom, walk-in closet, ensuite. We could put ensuite 1 because we have an ensuite here. 2, another walk-in closet. Number 2. This is number 1. And then common washroom. Corridor. And this will be bedroom 1. Bedroom 2, and then bedroom 3. So that looks good. So let's stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.